This might be one of the most controversial settlements in U.S. aviation history. Boeing just dodged a criminal trial over the two deadly 737 MAX crashes that cost lives of 346 people. Instead, the U.S. Department of Justice has offered them a non-prosecution agreement. Let's take a look at what this means for Boeing, the victims' families, and the future of aviation safety in today's video. On May 23rd, the U.S. Department of Justice officially announced a major agreement with Boeing. The deal allows Boeing to avoid criminal prosecution in connection with two catastrophic crashes involving its 737 MAX aircraft, Lion Air Flight 610 in 2018 and Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 in 2019. These crashes were traced back to flaws in the aircraft's design, particularly the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, that system, which was intended to automatically push the nose of the aircraft down to prevent stalls, malfunctioned in both cases, leading to the loss of hundreds of lives. Now, under the newly proposed non-prosecution agreement, or NPA, Boeing has admitted to conspiring to obstruct and impede the lawful operations of the FAA's Aircraft Evaluation Group, the very body responsible for ensuring aircraft meet critical safety standards before entering service. The numbers here are staggering. Boeing will pay or invest more than $1.1 billion under this agreement. That includes a criminal monetary penalty of $487.2 million, which represents the statutory maximum fine for the charges at hand. However, that amount will be partially offset by the $243.6 million already paid under a 2021 deferred prosecution agreement. In addition to that, Boeing will contribute $444.5 million to a Crash Victims Beneficiaries Fund, adding to the $500 million previously committed to victims' families under the earlier agreement. Furthermore, Boeing is set to invest another $455 million into strengthening its internal compliance, safety, and quality programs. A move that appears aimed at rebuilding trust in its operations and corporate culture. So, how have the victims' families responded? According to DOJ statements, attorneys representing over 110 victims have indicated either support or no objection to avoiding a trial. This suggests some degree of closure, or at least pragmatism, among parts of the affected families. But not everyone agrees. Several other families have voiced strong opposition to the agreement, expressing deep anger at what they see as a betrayal of justice. Senator Richard Blumenthal was blunt. "This special deal for Boeing is an outrageous injustice," he said, accusing the company of deliberate concealment and saying the victims deserve justice, not this sham. Even before the settlement was announced, Erin Applebaum, an aviation attorney representing 34 families, called the NPA a backroom deal dressed up as a legal proceeding, warning that it sends a dangerous message. In America, the rich and powerful can buy their way out of accountability. Now, the agreement is not final just yet. The DOJ stated that the written NPA will be finalized shortly, and then it plans to formally move to dismiss the pending criminal charges against Boeing. However, that dismissal requires the approval of Judge O'Connor, who will ultimately decide whether this controversial agreement stands or falls. If the judge signs off, this could mark the end of Boeing's criminal legal troubles over the 737 MAX disasters. But it's important to note, civil lawsuits from victims' families will continue to proceed independently of this deal. So, what do you think of this settlement? Is this a step toward justice and reform, or a missed opportunity for real accountability? Leave a comment below. Thank you.